I think you call yourself a hacker when you start learning how to hack. John Hammond just released a video talking about don't call yourself a hacker. And as I watched the video, I had this guttural reaction. And it took me a few hours to realize what upset me about his video. And it really came into two pieces. And the first one is cybersecurity is seen as this remarkably hard barrier to entry. And it's demotivating to hear that you can't get this title hacker. It's an unattainable title. And I think that's the reason it's such a demotivator is because the reason you go into cybersecurity is because you want to call yourself a hacker. We grew up watching the movie Hackers in war games, in films where hackers are these like cool people. And why wouldn't you want to pursue that as a term? And hearing this is demotivating. And it also goes against what I believe the definition of hacker is. And actually my favorite definition I found is actually in an RFC. RFC 1983, hacker. A person who delights in having an intimate understanding of the internal workings of a system, computers, and computer networks in particular. But it's so specific. I read this and I was like, oh, that's interesting. But what makes it interesting is it's a person who delights in having an intimate understanding. Not the understanding itself, but someone who delights in it. Someone who finds passion in learning. That is what being a hacker is according to this definition. Another definition we've all heard is from the movie Hackers, when serial killer is quoting the Hacker Manifesto, saying that his crime is a crime of curiosity. And this is what hacking is about to me. It's about pursuing that curiosity. The other reason I had this feeling, which was about when you call yourself hacker. And there's a YouTuber named Mary Spender who talks about being a guitarist and when you call yourself a guitarist. And I think it was just spot on. So I kind of paraphrased it for hackers. It's to call yourself a hacker or a guitarist the moment you start learning. And it's a small thing, but it's amazing and remarkable to me that there are people with the level of knowledge that they have, yet are worried to call themselves hacker because they don't have published exploits or code. They feel like the barrier to entry is having 100,000 lines of code written or full comprehension of the topic, which just isn't the case. The subject is far too big. And I think the other fear is that if you give yourself this title, if you call yourself a guitarist, immediately you're going to get pressure from people to say, oh, well, if you're a guitarist, play me a song. If you're a hacker, show me how to exploit, not knowing that the core of the definition is the pursuit of the thing. And I think when you internalize it, when you take ownership of the term hacker, it motivates you to continue learning, to continue driving your passion, and understand that you're not an expert, that you can't have arrogance because you grow in your knowledge and you realize how deep that well goes, that you need to continue pursuing your passions relentlessly and hack on.